Also at the Champions League group stages, just going through it, trying to see where Chelsea
Trying to see Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool. What's that? Sure, this is the right. Sure, this ain't the Europa League. This one.
Just Europa Conference? No.
What's going on here?
Where's Chelsea?
Where's Spurs and Chelsea, Liverpool? Where's that?
What a group for Newcastle, by the way. Unbelievable.
Do you know what, right? I've been seeing on social media and listening to people, everyone's writing Newcastle off.
No.
Why would you be writing them off? I know
no way.
And Paris, right? They haven't got the two big heads up top anymore. They've still got Mbappe. It's not going to be an easy game. That one. We don't disagree. They can beat Dortmund. They can beat Milan.
I'm not 100% agree.
The Paris one is probably the one you look at and go, okay, that feels the toughest of the bunch. But I don't doubt for 1 second that Newcastle can get out of this group. You think about that. When you get back in the Champions League, Arsenal have been in it for ages. Sevilla, PSV and Lens.
I know. Boring hell.
That's... If you're not an Arsenal fan, you're looking at it going...
The Man City's
Man City's like a pre-season friendly.
It is,
isn't
honestly.
It?
It's just stupid.
You play that, you go out to Malaysia, right? And that's what they end up playing.
Yeah.
Leipzig. Who's that one there?
It's Red Star Belgrade.
Savetsa.
Yeah.
And
young boys.
That's just a walkover, isn't it? Literally. They're going to absolutely smash it to pieces.
Yeah, that just instantly makes them favourites, for the whole competition. They're going to be into the latter stages and probably could play some weakened teams, as them games go on. But for Newcastle United, you're back in it. You don't want to play young boys or Antwerp, do you? You want to play the big boys.
Do you know what you probably want?
And you know what? Look, they've got big boys there. Milan, massive club. It's, you go into Italy, Germany with Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain. But there are games that you go, you know what? We can actually probably get something from it.
I don't see why not.
If you play Bayern Munich, you go, well, that's a toughie. But you
look
at them and you go, I know.
Man United, that's Harry Kane's coming back to United. That'd be good. It's a decent draw. The English sides, it's a tough group, Newcastle. No doubt they can get out. Arsenal will. Man United should. They've been brilliant, have they? And Man City are going to absolutely stomp it.
Let's go to Mick. He's a Newcastle fan, right, Mick?
All right, Mick.
Are you all right, lad?
Yeah, Mick.
Right,
look,
Mick.
I think that's a brilliant group you've got. Back in the Champions League, it's what you want.
Well, I'm driving down to Brighton now. I'm 195 miles from Newcastle. I left just after tea time, and I'm home to get to Brighton for dinner time tomorrow.
Excellent work.
No, joking apart, I'm driving down. I'm probably going to stay at Watford Gap, a hotel somewhere around there, because all the trains are cancelled. We're having a nightmare. All the trains. So anyway, the Champions League draw. I travel. I go all over Europe with Newcastle. It's a dream for us. We fear nobody, but it's a dream. It's 3 clubs we've never ever played before. I think we've played 150 games in Europe in history. We've never played any of these teams. And that's what you want. We remember the great nights, beating Barcelona 3-2 at home, beating Juventus 1-0 at home, going to Milan, into Milan and San Siro 2-2, Shearer getting 2 goals. Those are the nights you remember. We don't want to be playing Leipzig and young boys. We want to be playing the top teams because, it's 21 years since we were last in this competition.
Yeah.
We want to be playing and beating the best teams.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. But what this group does for Manchester City is that we know how brilliant their squad is. And they will probably have this group wrapped up with 2 games to go. And what that'll allow them to do, that will allow them, just before Christmas, it'll allow them to field a side that doesn't necessarily have to go in and win the last 2 games. The problem that Newcastle might find themselves in, if there is going to be a problem, is that they might have to go and get something out the last 2 games and field strong teams. Go at it every single game. Because you can't field a weakened team against these teams.
No.
You've got to go full tilt.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just before that, it's after that, it's Christmas, the busiest period. So that's the only thing you look at and go, I wouldn't mind one in there one whipping boy.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But Mick, here's a question for you. You've lost 2 on the bounce in the Premier League. You got Brighton. It's 5:30 on Saturday. Big game for you. Yeah. You don't want to be 3 on the bounce, do you?
We don't. But the thing is, it's all doom and gloom. But it's not, because if we win at Brighton, which is quite possible, West Ham did last weekend. If we win at Brighton, we will have 6 points from 12. Last season, we only had 8 points from 21. And also, last season we beat Villa at home, but we've beat them at home this season. We've improved the goal average there. We got beat at Man City 2-0. We only got beat 1-0 at Man City this year. We got beat at home off Liverpool last season 2-0. It was only 1-0. And we're through with Brighton. So comparable games, if we win, even if we draw, we'll be better off than we were last season.
Yeah. Mick,
you're right.
What I want to know is you're coming down to Brighton, right, for the game on Saturday at R5, yeah?
Yes.
And you've left now?
Yeah, I left.
Are you walking? I mean, what's going on here? I mean, you're not going to the moon?
No, there's 3,000 who are going down, obviously, and there's loads who are there Friday night, and obviously everybody's got to stay there Saturday night, no trains back. So there'll be 3,000. It was brilliant last year. I went for 6 nights last year.
Have you got a missus, Mick?
No, don't have one. I'm 57-year-old. I don't need a missus anymore. I've got me kids, and I don't need a missus.
You got Newcastle.
Living the dream, aren't you?
I'm in love with Newcastle. They always have been. So,
brilliant.
But honestly, last season we lost the least games in the Premier League. We lost 4 all season. And you're right what you're saying. If we lose a Brighton, we've lost 3 already. But we lost 4. Man City lost 4. I think Arsenal lost 6 last season. We had the best defence in the league, and we had 3 Englishmen: Pope, Byrne, and Trippier. And Trippier and Pope have been in the squad. Obviously, Pope's missing out this time. But you've got Harry Maguire in the England squad. And honestly, Dan Byrne was fantastic last season.
Yeah.
He never got a sniff. Got a sniff.
I just don't think he fancies him. Mick, enjoy the trip, mate. Hope it's a good weekend for you.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.